Okay, so this is Acts chapter 3 from Codex Vaticanus. And yeah, did you get a chance to read some of it as well too? Were you kind of practicing?
Yeah, I have tried, but it's rather slow.
Yes, excellent. I'm going to try to use, actually, I think one thing that might be easier, I'm going to try to use some of these markup tools that Zoom provides. Here, let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, so here's like where it starts, and actually we can divide up into sections. So here we can read until right here. So would you like to read just between those two?
Sure. Πέτρος δε καί Ἰωάννης ἀνέβαινον εἰς τὸ ἱερὸν επί τε ὥραν τες προσευχῆς τεν ἐνάτην.
Good, really good. All right, and yeah, let's talk about it. What do you tell me? Just some of the words or translate and all that.
So I don't understand these small letters on the side. Like for example, te ora. Why isn't it 10 ora?
Okay, so here's actually something really interesting that I noticed. And this is actually one of the beautiful things about looking at the manuscripts, is about seeing some of this stuff. For some reason, this particular scribe, when the word ends with the ni and the ni ends the line, sometimes when it ends like the whole line of text here, sometimes the scribe doesn't write the ni and instead just writes a line right here. So here we have right here 10, and here again down here 10 and n. It's actually, that's a very interesting thing. And regarding the other smaller like letters like this,
Yeah.
I believe that this is because the scribe felt that he was out of space and tried to make the letter smaller just to fit. I think that's kind of like just like something just to try to make it fit.
Yeah.
Another thing too that I just noticed, and I don't notice this in all manuscripts at all either, but just like in this one, that like when a iota or an epsilon starts a word, he puts the two dots over it, but not in all the cases, just when it starts the word. At first I thought, could this be like a smooth or a rough breathing mark or something like that? But no, it's not, because sometimes it's with the smooth breathing marks, or sometimes it's where like a rough breathing mark is. For some reason, it seems to be like just an indicator that a word is starting with either an iota or epsilon.
Yeah, that's helpful.
Yeah. Okay, and then so like yeah, what are kind of some like what is this? We want to translate it or talk about like the words that you recognize, the parsing, all that stuff?
Okay, so Petros and Peter and John went up, and went up to the temple at the hour of prayer, at the 9th hour of prayer.
I would say, I think it's just like at the 9th hour, or sorry, at the hour of prayer, comma, the 9th hour. One thing that, let's see here. Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking this is because it was like ὥραν, and then genitive, tes, prosευχῆς, but then it goes back to the accusative case, 10, and that 10. So I was thinking that this is kind of like it's
like
kind of
an
like
position.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I will read then next to okay, I'm gonna read to right here. Okay, because the scribe here, I think the scribe made a mistake and had to write the above it. Okay. Kaitis ἀνήρ χωλος εκ κοηλίας μετρός αὐτοῦ υπάρχον ευαστάζετο. So and some man lame or crippled or paralyzed, χωλος, So I think we have here nominative, masculine singular, nominative masculine singular, from ek koelias, from the womb. So there's going to be, I believe, genitive, second declension, koelias, because with the alpha, and metros, genitive, third declension, feminine, his. So from the womb of his mother, was being, υπάρχων. So this is a participle, masculine or nominative masculine singular. Evastazeto. So this is a middle or passive verb, third person singular. So was being carried. He was being carried. One thing that you know, one thing too that I noticed, like as I just read through this, I used to think, like, did these ancient Greeks, were they not smart enough to like put spaces in between the words? You know,
Yeah.
like was it something that like they were
short on paper, maybe?
Yeah, like, or they just didn't know. But actually, as I read this and get into the more of them, I think that it was a stylistic choice. I think that it wasn't, like, for me, yeah, it just kind of, it seems to be like, although it's because it's kind of bizarre, you know, and it's difficult for us, like I think that it kind of makes like some sort of, it kind of makes you, put you like in a certain trance. I kind of look at it like, or a certain you know, I guess consciousness when you kind of read it, because you really have to pay attention, and it's kind of confusing. It kind of makes me a little dizzy, but yet maybe that's kind of all part of the experience. I don't know.
I don't know if this is true, but I have heard that people used to read out loud. So they wouldn't read to themselves silently. So when you read it loud, it's clearer.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you pronounce the letters, you will see where they end and where they start.
Okay, let me move this up here. Yeah, I had to clear my. Yeah, that could very well be that. But so what was the point? So you're saying if they're reading it out loud, though, like it's not like it helps to have them without spaces, though, right?
Maybe not for us, but for them, maybe it was easier. Because when we talk, we don't talk with breaks. We just talk also when we read. So maybe when they just read, they would just recognize where the word ends and starts. Because it's their language, after all.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. This is something I heard. But
right.
It may be just a good story.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I made some marks. This is kind of where you can start here and then read down to this one. This is kind of a long chunk, but that was like the best way I can break this one up.
Ἐτεῖθουν. Oh, this one word. ἐτεῖθουν.
Yeah, well, first actually the on is like the relative pronoun of which he.
Hon ἐτεῖθουν καθημέραν προς την θύραν του ιερού την λεγόμενην Ωρίαν του αἰτεῖν ελεμοσύνεν παρά των εισπορευομένων εις το ἱερον.
Good. Okay.
Okay. So, whom they used to lay down every day towards the door of the temple, which is called Ḥωραίαν, to ask for alms of those who were passing by or entering the temple.
Good. Excellent. I have a question for you, actually. One thing I couldn't understand, maybe you can help me with, is what this two here is for. What's that modifying there?
It is for the infinitive. So you can use a genitive with the infinitive to show, what do you call it? Purpose, like a henna.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So the two is so it's modifying or it's going together here with the infinitive, aĩtεῖν. And so it's kind of like a substitute. It's kind of like instead of saying hina, it's kind of, it serves that purpose in this case, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, good. Excellent. How about what are some of these other verbs or nouns?
Okay, so the first one, I think it's tithemi, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the imperfect. They lay down, kathemeran, accusative feminine.
Yeah.
Prostenthüran, also feminine accusative.
Mm-hmm.
To hiero, genitive masculine, or no, neuter.
Yep. Yeah.
Legomenen, participle feminine accusative, which is called Ωρίαν. I don't know what it means, Ωρίαν.
Beautiful, I guess. Yeah.
To ask, elemosynen, feminine accusative. Paraton eis poreumenon. Poreuetai, I think is the verb.
Mm-hmm.
Participle genitive. Eis to hieron.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, good, really good. All right, I will read now to, let's see here. I'm going to read to right here. Okay. Os idon Petron kai Ioannein melontas isianai isto heron erota eleumosinen lαβεῖν. So, okay, so the relative pronoun os, he, a nominative masculine singular, he idon saw aorist, so he saw, or who saw, it's a participle. Peter and John, so they're masculine names, singular in the accusative case because he saw them. Petron kai Ioannein. And okay, melontas, about to, there's a participle, about to, isianai, this is an infinitive, about to enter, isto heron. So here we have, since it's a neuter, it's and not masculine here, it's to and instead of ton. So about to enter the temple. Erota. Okay, I believe this is imperfect, third person singular. He asked. Eleemosinen, or eleemosin, alms. Actually, I don't remember now. Is it eleemosin or eleemosinen? Is that
Mosinen, yeah, the feminine ending.
Okay. This is the feminine ending. So asked to receive the alms here in the feminine accusative. Lαβεῖν, to receive. Okay. Mm-hmm. And infinitive, here we have an infinitive. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Let me clear my drawings here and move up. Okay. All right, we're going to start from here, and this phrase. So these three lines.
Athenisas de Petros eis aŭtόν synto Ioannen eipen blepson eis ἡμᾶς.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one is aorist participle. I don't know what it means though. I think it means looking.
Yeah, like or like stare intently. I was wondering if it kind of relates to our word attention. Attention
maybe.
in English. I'm not sure, but like kind of like some translations do this, like he stared intently at the guy.
Peter, Petros, eis aŭtόν, at him with John, synto Ioanne. So after staring, he said, Eipen, blepson eis hemas, aorist imperative, blepson. Look at us, hemas, accusative.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, here we have like these letters, these small ones at the end of it. So my guess is, he just thought that he was kind of running out of space here. But like one thing when I look at, like, I mean, this scribe who wrote this, he really was an artist, and I don't want to like not take it, or I don't want to take it for granted, the work that he did. I mean, I just kind of am amazed at how perfectly formed all the letters are. Like, I mean, just like the sigma, for example, like they're all like the same size. You know, here's one. You know, I mean, it's almost like a,
and the lines are straight.
Yeah, the lines are very straight, and like the delta, I mean, it's so perfect. It's hard to find a flaw. Like, look at like this delta compared to this delta. I mean, it's so good. Or hey, actually, here's a good one to compare to, because the alphas are right next to each other.
Yeah.
You know, like
they are identical.
They are. I mean, even like the little, I don't know if you can, how much detail you can see, but I mean, they even start like on the same area of the alpha, like the cross part of it. I don't know. It's just like, this is an amazing piece of art. That's another.
Is this the real manuscript, or is this just like they have made it after the manuscript?
Okay, so basically, what the story is on this one is, this is a photograph, a facsimile of the real manuscript. But it was also added like earlier on, and I don't, in this screenshot here that I have right now, I don't have anymore, but like, or because I cropped it out, but in the margins here, there are some verse number markings that were added by a more of a modern person to where the verses. But yeah, I mean, this is an actual photograph. This is a facsimile.
Because you can see shades of letters behind the text.
Yeah, yep, that's right. Yes, you're right. Like, especially right here, yeah, you can. But yeah, and so I mean, so like, this is yet another reason why I just love reading through these manuscripts, is because it's part of the experience. It's just like putting you back. I mean, I just imagine really a monk, I believe in the 4th or 5th century here, kind of just doing this. It probably took him months, if not even years, because I believe, if I'm correct, or if I remember correctly, maybe Codex Vaticanus is like the entire Bible too. And like in this quality, that's impressive. You know, and so I just appreciate it for its artistic value as well. So okay, so now we're going to read from here to here. Okay. Ode ἐπεῖχεν αὐτοῖς προσδοκῶν τι παρά αὐτόν λαβεῖν. So a relative pronoun here, he. Actually, would you call that, that's correct to say it's a relative pronoun? Is that the right word to describe this one here? What's going on here?
No, I think it's just an article, but
or it's just an article.
Ode to show that it's the subject has changed.
Okay. So hold that referring to the guy, the blind guy, right? Yeah. Like kind of like ἀνήρ, ἀνήρ, like that. Yeah. Hold that ἐπεῖχεν. So he looked at them. So third person singular, ἐπεῖχεν, and aorist, I believe. or is that imperfect? Okay, aŭtοῖς, he looked at to them, so this is dative, plural, masculine. Προσδοκῶν, okay, to or hoping, προσδοκῶν. Is this the προσδοκῶn? Is that the one word here in a participle?
Yeah.
He looked at them. Actually, is ἐπεῖχεν now? I don't remember now. Is that yeah? That's looked right. All of them ἐπεῖχεν.
I don't know. I couldn't find it in my dictionary what it means.
Okay. Yeah, I don't recall now either. I think it's maybe it's expecting.
Yeah.
Looking at them expecting.
Or no, prosdoko is expecting.
Oh, okay. I think that it is like some kind of like, yeah, something to do with like looking, something like that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Προσδοκῶν, expecting. Some παραχρῆμα, from them, αὐτόν, genitive, plural, λαβεῖν, to receive. Okay, and here we have the infinitive. All right, great. Okay, next we will read it down to
Sorry, where are we reading from now?
Okay, no problem.
pen?
Hold on, I actually wrote a wrong thing here. Yeah, I'm writing. Okay. Okay, yeah, from right here to right here.
Αίπεν de Petros argurion kai phrysion uch hyparchei moi. So αίπεν de shows that it's a new subject, Peter, which is also explicitly stated. So Peter said, argurion kai phrysion, silver and gold uch hyparchei moi, is not for me. I don't possess it. Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
It's not existing for me.
Yes. Okay. And I will read then to, let's see. And I'll read to right here. Okay. All the echo, τοῦτό σοι δίδομι, εν το ονόματι Ἰησοῦ Χριστοῦ του Ναζωραίου, περιπατεῖ. Okay, so all the echo. Okay, what I have, or I have this. Okay, or what I have, this to you I give. Kind of like, all the echo, τοῦτό σοι δίδομι. So what I have, I give this to you. How would you translate all the echo? Because I'm saying the word like what I have. Is that kind of how you would kind of understand this too? Like what I have, this I give to you.
I don't know how English works, but in Arabic we use the word what as a relative pronoun sometimes.
Okay, yeah, I think this is what's going on here as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What I have, this to you I give, in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, walk. So here, of course, something I'm sure you're aware of, like in the manuscripts they would just abbreviate common names. So actually, because it's still used in Orthodox churches all over in the icons and everything. Iesu Christu,
Is it because they don't want to write them, or is it just because they appear a lot and there's no reason to keep writing them?
That's actually a good question. That's actually a really good question, because, like, you know, if it was like, like, for example, in Judaism, you know, they don't pronounce the name.
Yeah.
But I believe, though, they don't have any problems writing the name. I could be mistaken about that. This one, so my guess, and I don't know this for sure, but my guess is it's more about, not about trying to avoid writing it, but more about maybe just it became common. I wonder if in other, you know, non-Christian manuscripts too, if popular names were abbreviated. But I don't know. I don't know, do you?
Because the word God, they don't write it all out, even though it's only missing one letter.
Right. In this manuscript or in other places too?
Yeah, in this, I think we will see it.
Yeah.
When he says he is praising God, they don't write
yep.
the whole name of God.
Oh, here's one view right here, I believe, actually, right over here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good question, like exactly why. I mean, I think we're all kind of used to seeing it now. It's pretty common, but like, I'd be curious to hear someone explain.
So it's the first letter and the last, right? Because it's genitive.
Yes,
The name of Jesus.
Here, so it ends in y or y, because it's a genitive, a masculine, singular. Yep. Tu nazoraiu peripati. Okay, this here is the imperative for means walk, and second person singular. Okay, so let's see the next one. The next one actually we can do down to right here. Okay, go ahead.
Kai piasas aŭtон tes dexιάς χωλος ἐπεῖχεν αὐτόν. And piasas, it's piesdo, right?
I think it's like, yeah, he took, grabbed him or something.
He grabbed him, αὐτόν tes, by the right hand and raised him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And kind of what are these verbs here?
So that first verb, actually, we encountered it in another group with the people that were supposed to come, and we thought it meant playing, because there's a similar word of playing. I think it's paisdo, with the iota after the alpha.
Okay.
But this one, piesdo, I think it's like you said, meaning to grab or lay hold of something or squeeze it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, they use it in physics. I think it's a terminology for something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it's aorist participle, grabbing him by the right hand, tes dexιάς, the right χειρός. After grabbing him, he raised him. ὥραν, αὐτόν.
Yeah.
ὥραν, I don't know. Is it aorist or is it imperfect?
Yeah, I don't recall either. But yeah, third person singular is what in using the secondary ending. Okay. All right. Okay, okay. Oh, actually, now we're coming up on the end of the page here. Okay, so I'm going to read from. Sorry, each time I have to adjust it, it takes me a little bit to.
No problem.
Okay. Παραχρῆμα δε έστερεοθέσαν, αϊβασίς αὐτοῦ, or αϊβασίς αὐτοῦ και αϊβασίς αὐτοῦ και τα σφίδρα. So παραχρῆμα, immediately, παραχρῆμα δε, now immediately, έστερεοθέσαν, became strong. So this is third person plural with the secondary ending son. I believe aorist, indicative. So it became strong. Αϊβασίς. So the feet, αὐτοῦ, the feet of him, his feet, and τα σφίδρα, and his ankles. So I is the plural feminine. So vasis, feminine, or nominative feminine plural, and ankles is nominative dative plural. Ta svidra. Okay, and immediately his feet and his ankles became strong. Okay, you can start on this one here, and then it goes up to the next column.
Kai exalomenos, right? Exalomenos. Este kai kaipe.
Okay, yeah, sorry. This is where it kind of breaks. It's in between half one word. So remember that. It's, kai. Okay, now let me go.
Kaipe.
I have to go back and so here's where it finishes right here. Just this one right here. It was pe. Well, no, kai and then pe.
Peripatei.
Uh-huh. So okay, so anyways, yeah. This is kind of weird, but I have to go back first. So okay, here we go.
Okay, so kai exalomeno. Do you want me to translate?
Sure, yes,
And he were jumping up, and we're jumping up. He stood up while jumping up.
Yeah.
And we're walking.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, you're right. So and what's this? What kind of verb is this? Exalomenos.
Exalomai. It is a present participle, I believe.
Yeah, participle. Yep.
To jump out or jump up. Este is histemi. It is aorist, I think. Yeah, third person aorist.
Yes.
Kai peripatei. Peripateo.
Okay, so one thing I noticed too, actually, because this is an infinitive. Yeah, oops. Okay. Instead of peripate, it's periapati.
Oh, it is imperfect.
Which is a little bit different than peripat. When like for example, Peter gives him the command to walk, the imperative. I believe it's peripati. This is peria. There's an extra vowel in there, periapati.
It is because it's imperfect.
Yes.
The augment goes between the verb and the preposition.
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, okay, I'm going to read from. Oops, that was actually the wrong space. From here to here. Okay. Kai İσῆλθεν συν αὐτοῖς εις το ἱερόν περιπατῶν kai allomenos kai anon theon. Okay, and he entered with them. He entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping and praising God. Okay, so actually one thing that well, here, let me actually explain the verbs now, or the words now. There's one thing I know that's really interesting about this one. But okay, so here, İsrael'den, imperfect, I think, or no, aorist, third person singular, sein aŭtοῖς. So this is the dative for with them, dative plural, masculine, into the temple, and that's going to be neuter. Well, it's going to be accusative, neuter, singular. Peripaton, walking is going to be in, it's a participle. Nominative, masculine, singular. And leaping, allomenos, nominative, masculine, singular, participle. And praising, aĩnōn, nominative, masculine, singular, tōn, theon, accusative, masculine, singular. And if, by the way, if I make a mistake, please feel free to correct me. I believe that these participles, is that are these present or yeah, I believe these are present, right?
Yeah, but what is this last letter of allomenos?
Right here? Or
yeah, the M, it's upside down.
Yeah. Okay, so that's actually that's the thing that I was gonna bring some attention to after I parsed and conjugated some of those things. But for some reason, and this is actually another thing that just you notice that after you spend some time exploring this manuscript, just certain things like this kind of pop out to you that you wouldn't have noticed on your own. For some reason, the scribe makes the me like this instead of, and it's in this case, it's not in all cases. Like here, for example, down here where my cursor is right here.
Yeah.
Oops, that was actually not what I meant to do. I meant to do a little box, but yeah, this is the normal me, and like here's another me. So, but then here, look at here's another case of the artistic me, and it might have to do with just because it's at the end of the line.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, that's actually something too. That just spending time with this manuscript, it just kind of I realized that, and so it's a beautiful thing here. Here actually are examples of the later additions to the manuscript that more of a modern scribe would have did here, modern scholar, adding these verse numbers here into the margins. But yeah, okay. Yeah, and then we have God with the abbreviated word. So okay, next you could read to let's see here. Oh, here it is. Here's the break. Okay, go ahead.
Kai aiden pas holaos aŭtон peripatunta kai aĩnōnta ton theon. Kai aiden, and they saw pas holaos, all the people saw him aŭtон peripatunta, walking, present participle, accusative masculine, him walking, kai aĩnōnta, and praising ton theon, God.
Great. Yeah, we have kind of some repeated words here, but they're in a different case. So instead of nominative, they're accusative here in this one. Yeah. Okay. All right, I will read to right here. Epeginoskon the ααυτόν ότι ούτως εν ο προς ten ελεμοσύνεν καθέμενος επί τε ωραίαι πύλην του χιερού. So, epeginoskon. Okay, so well, first of all, I'll translate this. So they recognized him. They recognized him as the one who would sit for alms at the gate, or who would sit before asking alms, who would sit for alms, maybe. No. Actually, well, I'm trying to put, because the sit comes afterwards. Asking.
Yeah.
So like, they recognize him as the one who for alms. Okay, yeah, maybe the one for alms sitting at the gate, at the beautiful gate at the of the temple.
I noticed they don't write the iota for the genitive, like te with no iota, te oraia no iota, pyle no iota.
Right.
It is dative, right?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so basically, yeah, like I think that maybe at some point, I think some in this particular manuscript, yeah, I think this is kind of something that changes. I think maybe in like older inscriptions, not really older manuscripts, because I don't know, or I'm not aware of this. This is definitely something I don't know about. I'm just kind of thinking that what happened is, like, at one point they used to write the iota, but then that kind of dropped off as they stopped pronouncing it, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, it's possible.
Okay.
I just didn't notice it earlier. That's why I told it, said it.
Yeah. So they recognized him. Okay. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I was going to say, let's see, Oti utos and. Okay. Well, actually, we'll just go on then here. All right. Let me. Oh, and then here actually is the. Oh, I do have to. Let's see. Do I have to move? I have to adjust. Let me clear my drawings and move this up. Oops. Okay, here's where we're ending. And here is, okay, go ahead. Last one.
Kai epleste. I don't know what that is. San. Kai epleste san.
Yes.
Sambus kai ekstaseos epito symbebekoti aŭtō.
Good.
Okay, so, and they were filled with astonishment and ecstasis Staseos, ecstasy, maybe one could say, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Epi to symbembekoti, towards to what, I don't know how to say this in English, but to what happened to him.
Yeah, yeah.
To what occurred to him.
Yep. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Well, James, what do you think?
This was a lot of fun. Are we
Yeah.
continuing to do this?
Yes, yes. So, yeah, actually, I want to, just in the future for these little online reading clubs here, just always do a manuscript. I think Codex Vaticanus is one of the easiest ones because the quality is so good regarding like the quality of the photograph, the quality of the manuscript itself, then the photograph that they took, the handwriting. But yeah, like we could just try, my ideas are to try like different manuscripts. And actually some of like the other even later manuscripts are hard too, but for different reasons. For me, I've kind of become accustomed to this all uppercase letter, but some of the later manuscripts, they also write without spaces, but it's in lowercase, and so that and some of that handwriting is a little bit hard too. But yeah, there's lots of different styles of handwriting.
Yeah, I read this text with the normal text, not the manuscript before, and I don't think they differed between my text and this one.
Right? Yeah,
it seemed to be the same.
That's a really good point too. I really like it looking at those differences, because sometimes I do find differences. Yeah, this one here, I don't recall any differences as well. But in Codex, let's see, what's the other one? Maybe it's Sinaiticus. There's some really interesting differences in that one, like where sometimes where they switch, or sometimes epsilon and iota, they'll have like just epsilon, or like some of those things that kind of like are suggest to people who study the phonology of the sounds, like, oh, they must have had the same phoneme in this particular one. So so next in 2 weeks we'll do this again. We'll do a different manuscript, and it'll be fun. So cool.
Perfect.
All right, well,
thank you, Ryan.
James. Yeah, have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.